Look at these lot. Oh god. Go on in. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Alright, it was pump 6, 11.98. Right then. No worries. How you doing, right? Cheers. Alright then, so today my mission is simple. I'm heading back home for the weekend, and that means a good 90-mile ride. Now I know nobody has done this before, or that know of anyway that I watch, so what my plan is to get the best miles to the gallon out of a motorbike. I want to see what this bike is capable of. It's a 700cc. It's got a full system Akrapovic, but other than that the engine is standard. So I'm going to delete my average. Now just bear in mind my average miles per gallon before I got here, I just reset it, was 5. 5 miles to the gallon. I'm currently in a petrol station, a Shell garage in Menai Bridge over in Anglesey. I've just fueled up a full tank. As you can see, my miles per gallon there is reset, and I've got roughly about 90 miles or so on what's called the A55. Be very conservative with my fuel, and hopefully we get some good results. I've genuinely never seen a video on miles per gallon on a bike like this. I've never seen it, and this is really good information actually for the people who commute on bikes. Maybe they want to see what CC bike gets a decent MPG. Now I'm going to try and do a little experiment here. For those guys who make videos and they watch me, and you're watching now, I want you to try this. Whatever bike you're on, simply call it RyansLifeRiding's MPG challenge. Try that. So without further ado, let's go. Let's do it. The engine's on. So I'm going from here in Menai Bridge back home to Runcorn, Cheshire. So it's roughly about 90 miles. Right, so to sort of kick this video off, I want to give a quick shout out to Buddy Keyrings. So Buddy Keyrings are a keyring company, and basically the owner reached out, messaged me, said, hey, if I send you one of these, would you mind giving it a shout out and whatnot? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he sent a few more as well to give you guys a little insight as to what they have to offer. So they have little Star Wars characters, all sorts. They make everything, and the owner actually personalised my very own Buddy keyring to my MT-07. So it's black and grey. As you can see now, it's on the screen. It's on my keyring, but obviously I can't really show you that while I'm riding, so it's a bit difficult. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So by all means, go and check them out. The link to the website's in the description. Get out before this tractor. Alright then. So we are on the road. I'm so interested to see sort of if a motorbike actually compares to a car. Now obviously yes, my car is a diesel and it's really good actually on fuel. I get roughly between 60 and 70 miles per gallon on this sort of trip, but I am just intrigued to see how different it is. I'm headed home for a long weekend. I've got a service tomorrow with this, so it's getting its full 6k service. I'm getting brand new tyres on, and it's just going to be an absolute fun day. be able to have new tyres, fresh oil. It's just going to be nice. It's going to be very good. And it'd be good actually to get back home and catch up with Alex and James. I think we're planning on going out on a ride at some point this weekend. Maybe even a midnight trip to Manchester. Not done one of them in a long time. I've just missed, to be honest, I've missed being back home, like in Cheshire, on my bike. I've missed that. Doing the roads that I usually do. It's just something I've really missed. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend ahead. So yeah, I've got on this long trip, I have something very funny to talk about. Well, is it funny or is it just absolutely embarrassing? I really don't know. So in April, specifically April Fool's Day, I rode down to Linsraven Cafe to meet my dad, who'd rode from Cardiff on his new bike that he's just bought. So it was his first day and he was riding back up, and I rode down to Linsraven Cafe from home to meet him and then ride back up like the rest of the way. Rode down, it was fine. It was it was raining a little bit, and it'd just been sort of like a bit of a long day. So I got there, met my dad, and I needed fuel. So I stopped. If you've been to Linsraven Cafe, then you'll know. So the BP garage is just up the road, and we stopped there for fuel for on the way back. Pulled up, and to sort of set the scene, the sun was setting, and it was just sort of a bit of distraction. So you know, like when you've been riding for a long time, you've got flies on your visor, and it's just, you know, the sun's whacking against your visor and you can't really see it. It's just one of them days. So I parked up at the petrol station, filled my bike up, paid for it, and I rode off. And I'm not joking, within about 100 metres my bike starts like spluttering, and I'm like, what the hell, what's going on here? And it felt just like it was running out of fuel. You know when you rev your bike when you're riding, like, and there's no fuel, you just know you've run out of fuel and there's nothing there, and it's like grunting at you, and then it cuts. I pull over and like sort of look down at my bike, and there is all this black smoke coming from the exhaust, and my first initial thoughts was, oh my god, I've blown the engine up. That was my first thought. I was like, oh shit. And I looked at my dad looked at me, and I was like, oh god, this ain't good. I stood back and looked at my bike, and I was like, there's no way this bike could have blown up. I've not done anything to it. You know, I look after it, I don't ride it like an idiot. Then it clicked, and I was like, I've just come from a petrol station, I've just fueled up. And I looked at my dad and I said, it must have been something I've just put in, like it must have been the fuel. And he said, have you put diesel in it? And I said, no, I put petrol in. I know I put petrol in it. And then I stood and I thought, or have I put petrol in? Pardon me. Now for those of you who have a diesel car and obviously a petrol bike, you'll know the difficulties with it. There is a sort of, you have to stand there when you go to pick up a nozzle. You have to think, right, is this the correct nozzle for this vehicle? I was like, right, something's not right here. I'm 90% sure I put petrol into my bike. So I pushed my bike from where it stopped to the petrol station, and that just shows you how far the bike travelled before it cut out. I was able to push it there. I could see it wasn't far, I could see the actual station. Anyway, so I get to the station, I walk straight through the door, and I went straight to the desk, and I was like, look, I've just filled my bike with petrol, and it's just gone on me, it's just blown. I think that your petrol nozzle is actually like dispensing diesel. And this woman, bless her, she looks at me and she's like, what are you chatting? And I was a bit frustrated, and I was like, look, I know I've just put petrol in and my bike stopped working, so therefore there must be diesel in your petrol pumps. You need to sort it out. I was adamant. And this is the worst part about it, because it's so embarrassing. So I walked out and I opened like the fuel cap, and I had a smell of it, and I was like, oh shit, that doesn't smell like petrol. And then I looked at the nozzle that I picked up, which was, I'm pretty sure it was the second one in from the left, and it was diesel. I'd filled my bloody bike full of diesel, like full to the brim of diesel. I stood there and I was like, oh shite. The rest of that evening was spent sucking on a pipe trying to get diesel from a bike into a bucket, and trust me, diesel's not nice. So yeah, that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever had on a motorbike, for sure. Filling my bike full of diesel. And I know, like, deep down, the diesel doesn't mess anything up. If anything, the diesel just lubricates everything. But the opposite, so putting petrol into a diesel really does mess your bike up. It dries everything out and just generally messes everything up. So yeah, the moral of that story is don't fill your bike up with diesel. Oh, listen to that. I so want to rev it now, but it's just such an inconvenience. And right now, MPG is life. In fact, let's have a quick update what we're getting. So my average MPG at the minute is 77 miles to the gallon. What? No way. 77? What? No way. That's better than my car. That's mental. 77. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. I didn't know it was going to be that high. I was expecting like 50. So I just would not have thought that this would be more economical than my car. I don't know why. I just wouldn't have thought it. It's exciting, that though. Bloody hell. I might have to start commuting on my bike more. What? 82? 82 miles to the gallon? No way. That's mental. 82.3 miles to the gallon. You know, one thing that's quite funny, for those of you who've got into your 7s, if you've never discovered this, little leg stool, just put your feet up and just ride on, baby. It's so comfy. If you just need a bit of a leg stretch, get your legs up there. And I guarantee every car that passes you gives you a good stare. Oh, it's this guy now. This guy in the truck. Oh no, he's just not even paying attention. Nice camo paint job, mate. I don't know what this looks like, but I'd imagine it does look pretty funny. I'm just waiting for like someone in a car to pull up next to me, like looking at me thinking, what is that doing? Yeah! Look at these lot! Oh god. They are absolutely loving it. I'm going to be on Snapchat here. Bloody filming me. Oh, let's see what we're doing now. We're on 84. Average of 84 miles to the gallon. That is so good. That is unbelievably good. Hashtag filtering. Cheers, mate. This is definitely not good for the good old miles per gallon. Sat in the middle lane, getting absolutely nowhere. Just sat in the middle lane, doing nothing. Alright, so let's just double check. Yes, we are recording still. So we just pulled off the motorway, and the average so far 83.7. That is pretty good, isn't it? 83.7 miles to the gallon. Alright then, so I'm pretty much home. That trip's like roughly about 90 something miles. You're averaging around about 90 miles. And the average is 83.4 miles to the gallon. 83.4 miles to the gallon. That is mental. This is a 700cc bike, A2 restricted with a full system Akrapovic. And I've done 83.5 miles to the gallon. Remember, RyansLifeRiding's challenge, try it. Make a video, upload it to YouTube, let me know, message me, give me the link so I can go watch it and I'll like it and share it and stuff like that. Let's just get something public going. I've never done this before, so yeah. If you don't make videos, comment down below and tell me what your bike average is and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I shall catch you in the next vlog. Cheers guys.